Hey, how's it going? Oh wait, you know what I should be doing really fast is hitting the submit button on all these different things. Oops. Hitting the submit button on all these different things that I don't have the submit button on. I shouldn't move so fast as to like accidentally be. No, stop! 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 Alright. I shouldn't move. I guess I shouldn't move too quickly because I just hit like all the wrong buttons, and that was not helpful. But yeah. So while we're getting started here, while people are filtering in, I'm just gonna send out some notifications. I mentioned this the other day, but if anyone's curious as to what I'm doing, um, I've started to try and like contact some individuals like in the press and like various other places about the project because I don't know. I feel like it's at a point where it could you know it's I'm proud of it basically, and I want to tell people about it. The funny thing about game dev, I mean this part, the first part isn't too funny, but uh, sorry, I just this one form was like slightly stymieing me. Um, yeah, I don't know, whatever. Sorry. Um, yeah, if you made a game and you want to tell people about your game, you know what you do is you send them demos of it, right? You let them play it, and then so the funny thing about SideQuest though is that in order to uh, in order to accomplish that, I have to I have to be online. I have to be streaming. So basically, what I've gotten in the habit of firing up the stream, firing off as many of these messages as possible, and then getting to it because like I don't know. I don't have anyone to do it for me. So, oh shoot, there's all of these ones too. I hope those ones are good to go because I'm just gonna hit the fire button. I'm not even gonna bother proofreading them. Whoops. Hopefully that worked out. Because all the submit buttons have been clicked now, and so if it didn't work out, there's not much I can do about it right now. Except and get to work, because that's another important part of this equation, right? I should be doing things like with my life. Uh, what Oh yeah. So yeah. Sorry. I'll switch over to screen cam now because why not? And the thing that we were working on yesterday that I think I'll probably continue on with today is the village or like village. I don't know. Village might be an okay term for it, but basically like the environment wherein we have uh, we have houses and civilization of some sort. So far it looks like this roughly. Yesterday we made the background layer and the foreground layer. Um, hmm. It actually like I was one thing I mentioned yesterday is that it'd actually be kind of nice to see this running, see this like in game to see like roughly what it looks like. Uh, and I guess it couldn't hurt to do that. How hard is it going to be to do that? Uh, hey Jocko, how's it going? Welcome. Um, you know what I kind of want to do is just because like I've gotten in the habit of like occasionally like I'll edit the script and I'll keep the stable script running while at the same time I have like another version that I'm working on. I think I'm gonna actually I'm gonna make a toggle so that I can have both versions of the script running at the same time. All yesterday, like I accidentally left Twitter deactivated because I had made that split, and when I went back through to like check, like, oh, am I re-enabling? Like, am I taking out all the hacks that I put in? I missed that one, so I feel like it might not be such a bad idea to put in like so like I used to do this with the graphics back when the graphics were like a work in progress. I had just like so like so like clone equals false. Whoops, clone equals false. Save that, and then so yeah. So there are a few things that I don't want the clone version of the game to do. So like when I'm running like a clone version for like whatever other testing purposes, Um, I I'll do what? The Twitter data thread. So if not clone, then we will initiate the Twitter data thread. If not, and so like same thing with the IRC data threads, which are where, which are here. So yeah, so basically what I'm setting up is basically, so instead of having to go through and like edit all of these different things every time, also I should do it the other way around. Instead of like declaring clone, I should be declaring like original equals true. And then I can set it to false in those other cases, because I don't know. There's no point. So like the negation of this Boolean value is unnecessary. Not that it super matters, but so instead of saying if not clone, we'll just say if original. Yeah. So these aren't the only two things though. There are a few things, and it's because there are like several things that I do that it gets a bit confusing. So if original, all that stuff, and then so what else do we do? So we deactivate the data threads. We deactivate what else? The passive. Well, I guess we could actually just deactivate data writing. Yeah, yeah. So data is not actually threaded. Where does data writing occur? It's not on schedule. Or is it on schedule? Is it like no. No, it's not on schedule. It's directly after the schedule, I think. Uh so process experience gains, yeah. So if original and this other term. Uh I mean we're evaluating this every frame, but I don't care. I can take this out someday. Oh no, you know what I'll do is yeah. So we won't add an extra evaluation all the time. It'll only well, yeah, it'll only be like when there's actually something in the queue, and we'll just say uh, if not original uh, uh, or so well, actually no. So everything that we have here, we'll say if original. Uh, and then everything else will, or the else case will just be process exp gains equals we'll just reset it. We'll just empty it out. Oops. We'll just flush it completely. Yeah. All right. So no data writing, no data communication over the network. I think those are the major strokes. And then yeah, I think those are the big things. So oh, audio, yeah. I don't actually want it to play audio. Oh, and now we have an audio thread, so we can just disable that. Where's audio thread? Yeah, so oops, no, don't do that. So if original, we'll actually activate the audio thread. Otherwise, we just won't. Hmm. And all right, if there are other things that I want to do, I will figure those out as as I go, because I think for now this is actually pretty good. And so, all right, so I've saved this, and now I'm actually going to make a I'm actually going to make a copy of the script as I'd been doing. Oh yeah, so I can get rid of the old journey stable. I'm gonna make a copy of the script. Oh, well, huh. Uh, oh, this is awkward. Yeah, usually I make a copy of the script and then run the copy, but the game is like running right now and I don't feel like restarting it. So, uh, I don't know. I could just, oh yeah, I can just use the copy for now because I'm actually not editing the script right now. I'm actually just, I'm just using the script to check what the art looks like. All right, so in the future I'll have to figure something out. All right, so we have the copy. I'll call this like journey clone. All right, so let's open file, open uh, journey clone. Let's set original equals false on this version. Yes, please stop telling me about that stuff. It's boring and annoying, and I don't care. Okay. um. So okay. So yeah. So I want to. I basically just want to. Oh yeah. Okay. So, huh. I have to. So the other script is running. So I don't know. This might be like dangerous, but I'm gonna add in some like fake data here. So like uh, new folder for village. And hey, Code Hard Programming, welcome back. It's good to see you again. So let's put the temp art for the village here. So uh, most of our layers are still, or like some of our layers are still empty, but that's fine. We just need to do what? So the background, select all, copy, file, new. Okay, paste this here. We can save this as backgrounds. My my night was. I actually don't do that much at night anymore. Like I get off the stream, I eat food, and then I go to sleep, and then I get up, and then I stream again. I think that's why I keep my weekends to myself, is because during the week I have like two modes: sleeping or streaming, or eating. All right. No, it was nice. It was restful. So yeah, village. This is the background layer. Yep. And then select the midground layer. File new. Okay. Save this as the midground. Okay, and then we don't actually have the other layers yet, so I'm just gonna. Well, actually, I do have like a scratchy, messed up like work in progress for the top layer. So just to see like, whoops, just to see, I guess, as much as what we can of this, see what it looks like in the game. I might as well put that. It's not very much. Not yet, but it does give some indication of like color, and so this is the near ground, and then we definitely don't have a foreground yet. So for the foreground, we'll just do new, same dimensions, select all, delete, save that. So it'll just render transparent, and that's the foreground. All right, so this super hacky script that I have here, I'm just gonna cheat it so that the 35 days to Ludum Dare. All right. Yeah, Jacquemus, we're working on the village. We're the fabled village, as stories have told. It will soon exist as a thing in the game, which is kind of cool, right? It's been long enough. Hey, Daysplash, how's it going? Welcome. Uh, all right, so I'm just gonna cheat the BG's name to village. And I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna try. Save that, and then what happens if I run this? So I'm gonna run two instances of the game at the same time. Oh, all right, it didn't completely like that. Oh, act frame. Yeah, I forgot I forgot it. Like the backgrounds need to have their own frame. So for now, I'll just borrow the mountains frames, and then at some point I'll want to make real ones. for this. I mean, these things are not hard to make. They're just color swaps of the other versions that already exist. So, all right, now let's see how this runs. So there's going to be two versions of SideQuest running at the same time. All right, what now? Cannot find the specified path. BG Village, trans, star. Oh, all right. So the trans folder needs to exist for some reason. Oh, yeah, I guess so. All right, so there aren't going to be any trans folders, and I should probably change that because like for some environments there, I mean I haven't done it yet, but for some environments I'm planning on having like no transition environments. Like, all right. Apparently there's more to this than apparently there's more to this than I expected. Oh yeah, sure. Next dev name, right. Next dev name is just gonna be blank for now. I don't know if this is gonna work, but basically, like, I haven't set up a transition for. Well, I guess this is all. Oh, here we go. All right. So yeah, this is basically what I wanted to check. Oh, well, yeah, no, I guess we can see it fine. Like we're gonna have the pink sky, but other than that, we can kind of see what this looks like. Actually, so just for the sake of evaluation, I'm going to actually change the pink sky to something a little more palatable. So what? I think it's like 200-ish, and like I don't know, like 150 or like 140, and like I don't know, like 80 or something like that. I don't remember what the actual sky color usually is, but I feel like it's something in this range. So let's just see what it looks like with a slightly more normal color. All right, that's slightly better. Uh, uh, oh yeah, I used to stream under Ludum Dare. Oh, funny story. Way back in the day, I was going to make side quest for the Ludum Dare October. I right. Okay, so the reason I'm listed there is because I used to stream under Ludum Dare back before there was a game dev category, and specifically, this game was actually I was originally going to be for the October challenge. It was only going to take a month for me to make the game, but then like I kept on working my previous project and I lost like most of the month, and so I only had a week at the end. And so I did make the game in a week, and I like almost completed the challenge. But then instead, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a few other things to the game. And then like months later, here we are. Yeah, Ludum Dare is like a it's a game jam. It's a really big one. It's like people from all over the world. I think they host it like twice a year or so, like thereabouts. People from all over the world get together and they all like work on just game projects. Like, was it 72 hours they have? And at the end, there's like there's fanfare and celebration, and I think there are like prizes, maybe possibly. All right, one of the things I did yesterday with this village was I thinned out the houses. Like, originally there were a lot more houses. I might have gone too far. It might be a little too thin, like, in terms of, like, the housing situation. Um, it definitely feels empty, but that's okay because, yeah, no, actually, I think this is probably fine because the other thing that I want to add in are these little huts, these little fruit vendors, I've been calling them. Um, and I want like a lot of those, not a ton, but just enough to like fill in a lot of the gaps that we see here, and then and then uh, vegetation as well. We have like I think we have like this little plant life that I think will some of it will actually like grow on the buildings maybe if I can get that to work, and then mostly it'll just be yeah. So I haven't tackled the character art yet, but that's another thing that I'll want to do at some point. Um, the midground and the background are actually very similar in tone. I think I might want to differentiate those a little bit just because right now like some of the shape of the background makes the shape of the midground look a little like smudgier. So I probably just want those to drop back a little further so as not to seem so as not to like just to clarify the outlines and the shapes, and then yeah, I think that I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Um, Other than that, I think this is okay. This is like kind of like what I was hoping. Oh yeah, and so then the other special layer that I'm thinking of putting in will be a layer that goes behind it'll go in front of these houses, like in front of these like near houses, but behind like these very close houses, and it'll just be like people walking in the other direction. I think, like not player characters, but like just NPCs working in the. Thank thank you, Card Hard Programming. Um, so yeah, I think I'll go about it that way, perhaps. How do you? How do I think you should C sharp with gusto, with fervor? I would say you should C sharp in an enthusiastic and and an optimistic manner. That's how I try and do it. um, okay, this is this. I think this experiment is has served its purpose, and I might need to check it out again. But for now, I'm gonna shut it down because I think if let it run too long, it'll eventually crash. So no need for that. Um, okay, yeah. How to learn C sharp? Oh, is that one of the things that is C sharp one of the ones that they have on Codecademy? Because apparently Codecademy, like I've never used it before, but apparently it doesn't have C++. Plus plus. Someone was telling me yesterday. So like I tend to recommend it, or like I tend to I've heard it recommended, and so when people ask like how do I et cetera, I tend to mention it as something. Uh, but oh, it doesn't even say. I don't know. If they have C sharp, then maybe it could be good. Oh, that's CSS, not C sharp. uh, I don't know. So yeah. So how else would you, if not? So yeah, this is. I mean, this is very general advice. It's not for C sharp in particular, but like find tutorial projects, small tutorial projects written in C sharp. Follow tutorial verbatim. Like don't skip steps. Like actually find a tutorial that you'll actually want to actually complete, and then literally actually complete it. Because like this. So the funny thing about like telling people like how they should learn is that it's going to be different for everyone. So that might suck for you, and you might hate that. And so if so, I'm sorry, but that's what works for me. That's how I pick things up by literally like not like guessing or like trying to like learn it like not trying to like study it or like get the theory like I don't know. From what I understand, from what I know about you, you have like you know enough about like programming, right? You said you I think that's what you said yesterday, and then so like with what background you have and what you know about it, I think like I don't know. So yeah, so the way I approach those things, having uh, some sort of background like that, I I just go through the steps, and then as you go through the steps, you'll like you'll become more familiar with them. You'll understand like what works and why. And oh, actually, I want less contrast, if anything. So like more. Wait, less contrast. Oh wait, that's making the. Huh. Wait. I'm trying to make the buildings darker, but not necessarily the ground darker. How would I do that? I think I would do less contrast. Less contrast is making the ground lighter. Wait, is that good? Less contrast, less brightness. Maybe is the formula. All right, I'll figure it out. Um, Creative, hey, how's it going? Welcome. Uh, yeah, so if you keep, so sorry, just to finish answering your question, Code Hard Programming. If you keep following tutorials, eventually you'll have learned enough of how other people go about it that you could go about it yourself. I I might just bring up the saturation of this whole place because right now it feels a little drab. I think it's because I'm using like a light cream color, which does not itself have that much saturation as like the basis. You know what? I'll hold off on that because I think a lot of the color will actually get introduced when I add the fruit vendors because they're not all gonna have like white sheets above their tent. Like some of them will have different colored sheets, I think. and then like the carts themselves I think will be more colorful, and the vegetation will add color. Although admittedly I don't actually want to push it towards green. I want to stay more towards like the warmer reds. Still, okay. Sorry, save that. It's animal self abuse, is what it is. If your cat throws itself off a computer desk, it's not animal abuse, it's animal self abuse. You could have prevented it, Marty BM, so don't you go pointing fingers, Marty. I hold you, actually, Marty, I hold you personally responsible for Code Hard Programming's cat falling off of his desk. So that was really inconsiderate of you, Marty, and I really hope you'll try and improve in the future. Uh, and not be so directly responsible for other people's cats falling off their desks. Uh, all right. So I'm glad we got that cleared up. Uh, uh, all right. So yeah, let's. I think the so I could do more work on the mid ground layer, but some of that I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off on some of that, like the like filling in the carts and stuff. I mean, I could start on that now. I kind of want to spec out the front layer first. Just like I'm basically like building the houses first, and these houses definitely need to get built better. Oh yeah, that was actually wait, hold on, let me. Sorry, there was one thing about the simulation that I forgot to look into. I forgot to check up on, so I'm just gonna run it again real quick because how do I feel about the presence of these houses like as so obscuring? I think that's actually fine. I think it's actually like yesterday I was like, oh, maybe I don't want so many houses on the front. Oh, that sound. I deactivated audio for this project, but for some reason it still the other audio gets ducked when I have the clone version up and running. Sorry about that. The Yeah, no, I think it's actually fine to have a bunch of buildings up in the foreground because they we don't have to be staring at the background the whole time. So that I think that actually is okay. Totally okay. Uh, so let's touch these up and make them look nice and so on and so forth. Actually, yeah. So the first thing I'll do is actually to put in the outline of like or like basically place the set up the positioning of the houses. Um, so I'm gonna get a bigger brush, uh, and I shouldn't go crazy with it. Like I don't just want to have houses on this layer. Like I actually relatively don't want that. Like I actually want to make sure I leave more space for these fruit cart vendors. I think like the front layer is going to be the most interesting place to put those because the front layer is the layer on which I can actually like add detail to their carts and stuff. But I do want to add, like I think I'll actually keep like this trio of houses, and I'll put in like a few more I guess as well. So maybe something like that. Uh, all right, so then yeah, so the houses should be fairly straightforward, fairly quick. Although it's looking very sad as it is because I left them apparently in very poor shape. But let's use a smaller. Go back to using a smaller brush. I was using size 4 for the detailing yesterday. And let's touch this up a bit. Actually, I could use a bigger brush than this, at least for starters, because I need to put in the doors and the detail in various places. The window should probably be relatively square because I think windows tend to be more square than rounded, because that's kind of supposed to be a window. But yeah, all right. Let's get the shape of the roof, not like extending off into like oblivion. Things can't really touch the top of the screen because the top of the screen doesn't have an edge. The top of the screen is just like this, right? It just kind of like blends upwards into the rest of the just blends upward into the rest of the stream content. So yeah. Oh, I'm sorry if I mumble. Sometimes when I'm just kind of like, like giving the play by play on like the art stuff, I don't always I don't know. I think like my in my brain for some reason those things are like not they're not like encoded as like critical information, and so I think I don't know. I tend to just naturally drift to like a slightly lower tone of voice when talking about them, and so if I'm not speaking up, please feel free to remind me to do so. Um, I will try and speak at a regular speaking in a regular speaking voice, even when working on art. I actually, yeah, like Giacomo pointed out earlier, I don't actually work on a ton of art stuff like super often per se. So hey, Tomicus, how's it going? Did I say hello already? I forget. I'm bad at that. But welcome, welcome. Um, uh, all right, let's get the grounds to connect. And oh, I think I did like a lower trim on these buildings typically. Although the ground and the lower and the shading tone are very similar. I can any part that looks too weird, I can always cover it up with vegetation. In the cave, I the cave was the first environment where I put like more detail into like what was happening, and so there's just more like complexity in general. And it was in the cave that I bravely pioneered the approach to, if something looks weird, just put a rock in front of it. That was my solution for most cave-related challenges. I think these doors are actually kind of short. I think they should be actually a little bit taller. I think, if I remember correctly. Oh, actually, wait, I have the adventures there. Yeah, these doors are really short. Should probably bring them up a little bit. Just so it looks like the adventures could actually like fit in them. They don't have to be huge. It's okay if like there's like a implication of a little bit of perspective, but they should at least be like close to tall enough for the adventures to fit through. So this really short place probably won't have a door, but it can have walls. Still have that. And oh, this place I didn't even bother to fill in. Whoops. All right, so oh, actually, I don't need that top line. That'll be covered by the roof. I just need the side, and actually, I guess like I'll make the border between these two really thin. They'll be like right up next to each other. And then yeah, so I need to go back and get the color of the roof so that I can work with that. Oh, I can put the door in there. Actually, I probably should have had the adventure visible while I put the door in. Wow, that's a really tall door, actually. Alright, so it doesn't have to be that tall. It'll only be like this tall, I guess. I don't know. This is not supposed to be like a... Oh, actually, I don't even have to fill that in because I'm going to fill it in with another color instead. This, what was I going to say? I was going to say something about what this, oh yeah, the village does not have to convey like richness because there are quests that reference, or there's some situations that reference like a greater sense of like grandeur, and I don't necessarily expect this environment to suit all of those situations. Like I'll probably want to make a castle someday because I seem to like having quests that like take place at the castle or involve the royal court. So I probably want to make like a castle setting someday. One of the other environments that I want to put in is is like a generic indoor environment that that might serve as the castle. It might because there are a lot of quests that just take place indoors. There aren't a lot, but there are some that just take place clearly indoors, and so I want to set one of those up at some point, and that's that's on the to-do list. Oops, wrong layer. adventures. All right, so yeah. Uh, do do do. So if these houses look like they're not like rich people houses, but like you know just livable environments. That's yeah. Okay. So uh, oh, this one's not. This one needs a lot of work. Uh, and oh yeah, yeah. So you might also notice that. Oops, not the clone stamp tool. You might also notice that I'm actually doing this intentionally. I'm making some of the buildings like not square. Like they're not perfectly lined up. They're like a little like at slightly different angles and like they're all different heights. Like there's not regularity there because although the houses are like they look like they're made out of the same material, and I'm thinking that's like kind of because these are the building materials that are abundant in the area. I don't want it to look like I don't want it to look like well planned. I want it to look more organic and so that there's like some similarity. Like it was built by a civilized people, but it was not necessarily part of like a grand like planning process. It was actually I wanted it to look more like the growth was a little more. I don't know. Like maybe this area is like still develop. Oh, again, I don't really have to color that in. Maybe this area is like still developing. Like maybe this maybe the buildings will get like bigger and more grand in the near future. But for now, they're it's a nice little town. It's a nice little town. It's actually a very fairly unfortunate town, just because what happens here, like a lot of times, like the village will like catch on fire because like goblins will like try and burn down the village, or there's some unfortunate things that happen here, but it's otherwise a lovely place to to live. Hey, Killer Q, how's it going? Uh, how long do I normally live stream for? That's a good question. So like last week or like for the past few months I've been really distracted by like a side project, but the side project it wrapped up last week, so I can now go back to like a fuller schedule. I'm shooting for like I usually shoot for like 30 to 50 hours per week. So for example, when I started this morning, I was at 36 hours for this week. And so I'm probably going to stream for at least a while today, right? Like it'd be nice to like when I stopped streaming yesterday, it wasn't necessarily because hey, this is a new follower, nice. Uh, I can't read that in that context. CJP3505, welcome. Thank you very much for following. Welcome to the channel. And then the what was I gonna say? Yeah, oh yeah, because when I stopped streaming yesterday, it was because I was like reaching a point where like my brain was gonna start melting, and I kind of had to stop streaming. So I do want to I want to get more work done on the village, and and yeah, so I do tend to play it by ear because I'm still like have I bought hey Cheese and Fan, how's it going? Have I bought Kerbal Space Program yet? I've not. Hey, another new follower. Um, Tetzrag, welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for following. I have not bought Kerbal Space Program yet, but I also haven't spent the money yet either. So I could buy a Kerbal Space Program at any moment. I could do it right now. I could do it right now. No, but yeah, I have been thinking about that. Um, oops, undo. Uh, yeah. This house is like slightly weird shaped. I'm like, what is wrong with it? And it's because the building wall like extends further out than the roof. I tend to make them fairly square in that regard. So yeah, I think that was what was like. I'm like, something about this is weird. Oh, and also the corner of it comes like not to the corner of the building. So that should be better. Uh, oops. It looked really sad for a second by like bringing the edge down. This is the I don't know. For some reason, I keep seeing these buildings as like faces. So like with the door as the mouth and like the windows as the eyes, and the eye got really sad. Oh wow, this one still doesn't have a roof. All right. Oh, and this one doesn't have the ridge on the roof. The gutter, I guess this would be. um. So hey, Markiplier Kunis, how's it going? Uh, what is Diver's stream? I don't. If that was the question for me. Oh, Trent is yeah okay. Uh, multi Twitch, multi Twitch forever. Uh, uh, you are a cool person, Killer Q. I think your TV's right. You are a cool person. Wait, what am I doing here? No, what's oh? If I put my mouse on the wrong computer, my tablet stops working, and I'm always gonna fall for that prank. It's this stupid prank my computer plays on me sometimes, and I'm always going to fall for it. Doop-a-doop. Every time. Every time. Alright, I'm trying to get this line to like run cleanly across, but not like be too thick or like not look weird. I think we're getting there. Alright. Doo-doo-doo. So what else? Oh, I have to do it over here as well. Doop-a-doop. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. Construction is hard, you guys. This is why I don't build houses in real life. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not that picky. I feel like if I had to build a house for myself in real life, I'd like throw some sticks together and be like, it's pretty good. It's good enough. My house, if I had to build it in real life, would be a pile of sticks leaned together, and then a really good internet connection. It would be one of the sticks would have like the wi the broadband internet hookup, and then that'd be my favorite stick, and then the rest of it would just kind of, it'd be whatever. Uh, um, so actually, Cheeseman Panda, we were actually just talking about that earlier. Is like what my schedule is, and I don't know. It's like a really interesting question because like I've been saying like all week, I am a game dev streamer, and I put all my energy into game dev streaming because game dev streaming is what I have to do. I mean, it's not what I have to do, but like game dev streaming is what I do. Everything else is like I don't know, and I honestly don't care. Um, so like I can't even like a lot of the time I can't even tell you like when I'm game dev streaming, and that's the important part. Um, so I keep like I said, I don't want these all to be the exact same positioning. I don't want them all to be the exact same shape. So I'm actually gonna rotate this one a little bit so it's like it's a little more centered. Okay, or it's a little more square to the camera, I guess. Uh, so yeah, I'm not. I swear to you, I'm not being evasive, Cheeseman Panda. I just honestly like I don't care what I do this weekend. Um, like I during the week, I spend my energy to like make games and to stream them, and then like I don't save any energy for the weekend. Like I don't keep myself uh like in any way functioning. I basically try and run myself ragged like as much as I can during the week. I put like literally everything I can into this, so that way, yeah, I make no assurances about the weekends whatsoever. Like I said, I can barely make assurances about the week. So yeah. Um, a typical weekend for me is just to like be comatose. I close my eyes on Friday after the stream, and then if I'm lucky, I'll wake up in time Monday morning for for uh for the Monday morning stream. Uh, so All right. Oh, okay. No. I'm gonna give you a 24-hour ban, Markiplier coolness. It's only a 24-hour. It's a 24-hour ban because of the extremeness of what you said, but it's only a temporary ban because apparently you don't know the rules, which are not that. So you're welcome to continue watching, but I'm yeah, I yeah, uh, uh, okay. So there we go. Uh, pardon. um, all right. Doop doop. Uh, so sorry. Sometimes I forget where we are. Where we are being the internet. Uh, thank you, Trent. Uh, doop doop. Doop doop doop. Uh, oops, what am I doing? Uh, yeah, I kind of want to finish these houses fairly fast, fairly well. Uh, darn, darn, you missed it, or good you missed it. Did you mean to say good you missed it? I feel like good would have been a more appropriate statement, but oh, the event. Oh, actually, oh, sorry, yeah, no. The my head was somewhere else. You actually get partial credit for You can if you miss an event, you don't miss out completely. You can still get partial credit for participating after the conclusion of the event. So, yeah, you did miss the even if you missed the event window, you do still it does still count. It does still get registered by the game. I can even if we look over in the log, if we scroll down, there is a yeah, it does register. You probably can't see it behind my head. Wait, which way do I move my head so you can almost see it? I don't know if it's actually visible above SideQuest, but it's there. Okay. Hmm. Uh, all right. So houses. Oh, that one still doesn't have a roof, and they all don't have doors yet. um. So, oh, you guys are fighting wolves. How'd it go? Oh yeah. Well, you didn't die. That's the good news. Oops, that's the well, yeah, that's the darker tone, but that's actually suitable for this spot. And then let's get the lighter tone. And I guess like one of the tough things about the art for this game is that it's really wide. It's really like it's 1920 pixels across. So I don't know. I mean, because the environments are looping, I try and make them thematic. So, for example, like houses, right, or like a forest, or like whatever is the theme for that environment or biome or whatever you want to call it. Um, and the thing about the length though is that when I put in houses, I have to put in a lot of houses because it's three different layers and yeah. Okay, so doors. Doors. What did I do for doors on the other layers? Most of them were wooden doors, and oh, there weren't doors in the background. I don't think. So most of the doors were wooden. Oh, some of them were actually like red. So I'll make at least one of them red. I guess I'll make arbitrarily this one red. Um, so I will do that as such. Excuse me. My best live stream ever. Thank you, Code Art Programming. I take that to mean that I'm doing better than I did yesterday because I don't recall having seen you in the stream before yesterday. So I'm assuming you mean between today and yesterday. I'm doing better today than yesterday. Um, so, Cheeseman Panda, you keep asking me what I'm gonna do this weekend, and I've told you a million times I can't tell you. I honestly can't tell you. Like, I might, I might literally be dead by this afternoon. No, I mean, well, that is technically something that could happen. No, but I might, I no, I don't know. Uh, I like if you're holding out hope that something will happen this weekend, like I there's literally nothing I can do for you. So I'm sorry. I can apologize, but I can't. Like I literally can't. So uh, um, hey, Chris, I'm creative. Welcome. How's it going? Uh, so uh, yeah, I'm literally making houses for days. That is true. I mean, so far it's only been half a day, but I'm making houses for half a day at least. All right, and so the other thing is the wooden color. Although actually, yeah, the wooden color I actually meant to take from this example. Uh, it's the doors are supposed to, like most of the doors are wooden actually, and so these are the tones. I mean, I might change it a little bit, but these are roughly the tones that I had defined as being like the wood tones. Oh, I should make these on another layer. That'd probably be easier than having to like just keep redrawing the line a million times. I might not though, because I also don't care supremely about them. Like, I want them to look okay. Oops, I forgot the lower trim here. Uh, yeah, I mean the one thing that's nice about not working with layers, like layers are really helpful because you can, if you have to like nudge the edges of like the silhouette of one shape, like without interrupting the other shape, you can do that really easily and cleanly. But the other thing about layers is that they get really confusing, and then like it's really easy to draw on the wrong layer. So, uh, uh, doop, uh, so, yeah, weekend. Nice thing about working independently is that if I felt like it, I could declare it the weekend right now. But I'd also feel slightly, I don't know, I wouldn't feel like the best host if I was just like, it's not even noon on Friday for me yet, so I should probably at least wait until noon. No, but like I said earlier, I do, like what I'm doing now is not like strenuous, right? Like it's not super stressful getting the village rendered. It's basically just there's a lot to do, right? You, Rome wasn't built in a day. Sorry. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, I don't know. It's chill. It's it's not like relaxing. It's like there's actually like I don't know. If I tried to do this for too long, like my brain would get fried. But it's not so much that I can't kind of not all of the houses should be the same color, right? There's one other tone of color for doors. Or not all the doors should be the same color. There's at least one other tone of doors. Yeah, there's this one. What is that one? It's just like a dark. Oh, and there's that one too. All right, so there's like variety in door shapes. Maybe I'll leave that one because I don't even know what that one's supposed to be. For all I know, I'll actually change it. But maybe I might take this like stone-ish type door and like put in one of these on the higher layer. So like it should be a lighter color. So how do these tend to change? Like this color value is I'll put this on screen. So this color value is 2183 and it's probably still not on screen actually. It's probably still not visible. This one's 2183 in terms of saturation and value. Oh, sorry, I haven't been paying attention to chat. I'll catch up in just a second. 2183 versus it's sampling from layer. Sampling from image. So 2183 versus 2692. So it clicks up a good amount, like 5 points of saturation and like 9 points of value. So let's do that here. Well, saturation isn't going to make nearly as much of a difference because this is a stone color. But we'll do it anyways. And then 9 points of. So this should be roughly like the difference between those shapes. What are you doing? Oh, I'm drawing on the wrong layer. Whoops. Did I accidentally draw something stupid on that layer? Yes, I did. There we go. Okay. Yikes. Alright, there we go. Really? So this is the stone color, allegedly. Alright. well, whatever. That's fine. I mean, maybe I could tweak it. Of course, I could make it slightly different if I wanted to. But oh no, I know what's wrong. Is that this is the inner door color, which is good, but I actually need to know the I need to know the the darker of the tones. Oh yeah, and I haven't been paying attention to chat, so hold on, let me catch up real quick. It is finally the weekend. Congratulations. Oh, tomorrow's Pi Day. Yeah, 3.14. Yeah, your story checks out. uh, Rome took exactly 2 days. I think that's true. um, so the only real Pi Day this century. Oh my gosh! Yeah, no, 3.1415. Although actually, wouldn't next year be more correct? Because doesn't it go 3.14159, and so wouldn't that actually round to 3.1416? Not to not to harsh on anyone's Pi Day tomorrow, but I guess the good news is we can also celebrate next year. This year we can we can celebrate numerical literalness, and then next year we can we can we can celebrate mathematical accordance. Um, yeah, no, Cheeseman Panda. Like, if you told me like tomorrow I should like win the lottery, it's like, yeah, that's also a good idea. Like, I should win the lottery tomorrow, I guess, because that'd be good. But like, I swear to you, I just can't make. I just like. I don't know how to make it any clearer, but I just literally can't. Like, yeah, there are a million things that would be really cool. So, uh, I'm also a dev streamer, so like game streaming, like I literally don't care about it. Like, I don't like dev streaming is something I do because I'm serious about it, or like because it's important. Like game streaming, no, no. um, all right, let's continue on. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions or whatever. Oh yeah, actually, Cheeseman Panda. While we're still on that topic, do I have a way to get in contact with you? Like if I do that, like if I am able to, if I'm alive tomorrow and functional, um, is there some way I should let you know if it happens? Because like if it does happen, I assume you're asking not because you want me to do it per se, as much as you want to be there for it to happen. So what's the difference here? This is so 53 to 46 is a difference of 7. So 61. Let's drop this back down to 54, and this will be the darker tone. Yeah, all right, that makes a little more sense. So this is the stone archway, or the stone. Actually, I guess that doesn't really make sense. A giant stone slab as a door. I don't think that's actually a very smart idea, or that people would actually do it. So it's not stone. I changed my mind. It's actually just darkly painted wood. But it was the same brand of paint that the other people used for those other doors. So that's why it's the same tone. Yeah, that's my explanation for that. Okay, cool. Yeah, what is your Twitter tag? It's is your account is your SideQuest Twitter and are your Twitter and Twitch accounts linked in SideQuest? Because if so, I can just look it up there. Why is it using? Oh, stupid! My mouse being on the wrong screen. I gotta get better at that. All right, how many more doors do we have to set up? Probably more on the other side of town, right? Yeah, just one more. All right. I could make it. No, I'm just gonna make it wooden. I don't care. Make it wooden. Whoops, not that. Color pick. Come over here. Oh, I can pick it. I can pick the colors from this too because they're the same colors. Doop doop. Um. All right. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna find out. So I'll just tweet at literally everyone on all of Twitter, and then And then because I'll have tweeted at literally everyone on all of Twitter, I will have tweeted to you as well. I guess that's how we'll take care of it. Um, 10 layers of houses. Oh man. Uh, there are technically going to be 6 layers of houses. Not layers. They're going to be 6 frames of houses because they're for each layer there are 2 separate slides. So there will be houses for days. Oh, as we discussed earlier, like almost literal houses for days. Um, Actually, the difficult part though is that we're actually getting pretty close to having finished these houses. Um, so uh, we uh, we might not make it a full day of just house building. All right, I'm gonna pick this color, and then I'm gonna make this a lot brighter for the front layer. The windows are gonna be a lot brighter and probably a little more saturated too. So like, let's see how that looks. That's probably fine. I wasn't being very scientific about it, but whatever. So yeah, houses with windows. I tend to make the window up in this corner. No, wait, was it yesterday I was making the window in the other corner like all the time? Like the window was always ending up in the. I feel like have I switched or am I still doing the same? Yeah, no. Yesterday, like with the mid-ground layer, I kept putting the window. I did the opposite. I kept putting it in like the. So I actually had to like force myself to put it in the other corner sometimes. So, I don't know. I just get into moods where like the window has to be on this side. It definitely has to be on this one side. All the windows on this side, mandatory. So I'll put a window here on this side, and then I'll put a window here, which so it's not sided like at all. Okay, that should really be fun. All right, so let's uh Why are you the only person cowering in fear? Um, Probably because it's a bridge. I mean, it is perilous, but yeah, no, I guess that's legit. If I encountered a perilous bridge in real life, I might I might cower as well. That's a legitimate question. Hey, Mr. Max Meyer, how's it going? Welcome. Uh, yeah. Protospasm is pretty well protected. Even if things go awry, protospasm can just kind of like fly off. Uh, um, all right, so oh yeah, so then the other tone of the windows is this highlight tone, which should be quite light, quite lightful and brightness, uh, and also drawn with a relatively small brush. I think I did 4 pixel size in the mid layer and 3 in the back layer, so I'll do like 5 on this layer. Do. That's what Windows look like. Everyone knows that's what Windows looks like, guys. Guys, come on. Everyone knows that's what Windows looks like. Hey, congratulations, Jacquemus. Oh yeah, one thing. So, anyone who has their Twitter and Twitch account connected and was here yesterday, uh, I have to apologize because when I was hacking at the script to make like a version that would run simultaneously so that I could test stuff while the game was running without messing stuff up, while I was doing that, or when I did that, I accidentally left the Twitter data thread deactivated, and so any levels that were gained yesterday did not get tweeted about. So I'm sorry. They did happen. They did get preserved. Like you are the appropriate levels and everything. It just Trusty Bard. You know what happened is his mobile device ran out of batteries, and so he just couldn't tweet all day. Was the thing. Yeah. I guess. um, what did you link? Saved many people because of the bridge. What? I don't understand the question. Or I guess it wasn't really a question. I don't understand the comment. Oh, you just linked your accounts today. Okay, all right, I get it. All right. Sorry, I'm a little behind. Cool. All right. So yeah, I'll let you know. Because like I said, it sounds like I mean, like I don't know. Why not? Like, why not do the thing that you said I should do? I don't have a specific reason. If it doesn't happen, it'll be because I'm like incapacitated. Like, I'm either like not on this planet, or I'm not myself. I've like become transmogrified into a velociraptor or something. But if it does happen, I will let you know, because it's a great idea. Like, how many people have to like think to themselves like, oh, should I play video games and eat pizza? Like, should I like? Is it really like if you're gonna have like a if you're gonna feel a certain way about a certain thing, like this is the type of thing that you might want to feel a way about. And the way I would feel about it is a fine way to feel. So, oops, I can't use the eraser tool because I'm not using layers. All right. Did I miss any? um, yeah, sorry about that. Trusty Bard got a new phone charger though, and he has a backup battery now. So, I'm pretty sure, Trusty Bard will be able to tweet your level ups today. And actually, it's kind of important because one of the things that we added in yesterday were the new and improved uh, Twitter messages. So that'll be I don't know. I'm just it's every time like I put in a new feature, like even if it's not like super exciting in and of itself, I'm always like, I want to see it happen. I want to see I want to see it actually go through. I wonder. I'm guessing none of them have probably gone out yet, but I'm just gonna open Trusty Bard's Twitter feed to just to see, so I can pay attention. All right, yeah. So cool, yeah. So it is working now today. Oh, and you're getting really close. You're getting really close because I think spoilers. I think the first one is at like level 12. So uh, we could see it happen today. It's within reason, within the realm of possibility. Okay. So while true, what happens while true? Uh, uh, um, Marty, are you harassing Code Hard Programming's cat again? Are you doing mean things to Code Hard Programming's cat again, Marty BM? I I said this earlier, but I'd really appreciate it if you would if you would not abuse Code Hard Programming's cat. Code Hard Programming's cat is a living creature, and it deserves to be treated with respect. And I would appreciate it if you not take actions of violence against other living creatures. Um, I don't mean to harp on it, but it's an important thing. So I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. Wow, this building is really weirdly shaped. Whoops, not that tool, eraser tool. This building is really weirdly shaped. Uh, so yeah, that's better. That's fine. Okay. And then, yeah, so now let's put in some of the other stuff. Well, actually, let's. A few of these buildings still weirdly shaped, but let's start putting in like the interest, the carts in particular. So the carts and the people and the vegetation. I think that'll liven up the city, because it's supposed to be a village, right? But right now it still looks very plain, right? It's like maybe this is like the city at like 5 in the morning, and like only that one crazy plum farmer is actually up and about. Um, um, so let's uh, let's yeah. So this this is obviously not staying. This is just when I was like specking in like how big would they be, and like what would all right, this is not final art. Not by any stretch. So let's basically, I'll leave it there for now, just because the colors I think are kind of okay. And let's just start to set up like what this cart could look like. Oh yeah, it's actually supposed to be really low. It's not supposed to come up like maybe this line in the background that represents. Well, that'd be a little confusing, but I was gonna say like I guess that line is like roughly okay in terms of like where like how high yeah, this should go. And I'll just make sure that like because like it's really it's kind of a little hard to see, right? Because all of these earth tones are very close. But I think if I use this, yeah, that'll help delineate it a bit. And then also, all right. So basically, I'm thinking the cart will have a little bit of depth to it. So like, uh, it'll like I don't know. It'll be like set up as such, or not like that. Sorry. And then it'll have like posts that come up. I don't know what these carts actually look like in real life, so I should probably look. I keep calling them cart, but they're actually more like stands. I was thinking some of them could be carts, like some of them could actually have like wheels and stuff. Like they don't all have to be like the same thing. It's not like everyone went down to the fruit cart emporium and picked up their the latest model of right off the assembly line. So yeah, so like fruit. I can spell fruit stand. What's Oops, not shopping. Images. Yeah, so like this, like don't show it so close. Yeah, like this sort of thing. I mean, I guess it's fairly straightforward. Like the fruit goes up at an angle, and oh yeah, all right. So I was gonna say like so the way I had it, like there sometimes like the like there I don't think like most of the little fruit stands are gonna actually have two people at them. I think in most cases it'll be someone sitting next to it or standing behind it. But like yeah, I guess like a lot of times or like with a lot of these stands, like they kind of slant upwards. I don't know. These are more like supermarket-y type of looks though, so maybe I don't have to do that in all the cases. Maybe some of them will stand a little taller, or maybe like yeah, maybe I can like I mean I can stack the fruit, and it's not all fruit either, right? It's gonna be different types of goods and wares and whatnot. I can stack the goods a little bit higher when they when it's sorry. Fruit Cart Emporium as a business was chased out of Old Time Utopia. Yeah, ever since scientists discovered that pizza is a vegetable, the the sales on fresh produce on all other forms of fresh produce just plummeted. Um, uh, what do I think of Python and cheese? Oh, sorry, I missed that question. And what do I think about cheese and cheese? Um, Cheese makes me think of nachos because I've been eating a disturbing amount of those in the past in the past few months. I've eaten more nachos than the rest of my life combined. So that's basically all I can think about with cheese. Python, I actually don't really think about Python that much. It's like I mean I write in it a lot, so it's like clearly important to what I do. But like I never really think about Python. Like I always like I don't know. I guess like yeah, like when I first started, or for a while when I was working in Python, like people would ask me like, "Am I working in Python?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, but don't you do that? Don't you work in Python? I'm doing it, but don't you do it?" Like I was really like, I couldn't even like really recommend it. All right, this is kind of like, I don't know. No, that's not quite right, but whatever. Uh, it's gotten to the point where I don't even really think about Python that much, because it seems fine. Like I shouldn't be like talking down about Python. It's like it's entirely it's entirely serviceable. I didn't have any experience with it before this project, which is why I guess I didn't really know what to think about it going in, and I guess I still kind of don't know what to think necessarily. But it seems fine. Seems cool. All right, so fruit cart. We'll go. Yeah, I think I actually want it to be a little bit wider. So actually, yeah, I'll make it a bit wider. Like I'll make it about this big, and then wait, how big are adventures? Yeah, I definitely need it to be bigger than it was before. So it'll be about this big, which means it'll then come down like so, and then come down like so, and like so. It'll be so much like this. Uh, Yeah, and then come across. Although, yeah, this part. Oh, yeah, right. It's not supposed to be very high up. So this part, I want to come up a little bit, but not that much. More like that height. So I'll try and get the shading or whatever to work accordingly. I guess I should technically like have a shaded tone on these pillars just to get them to stand out. Otherwise, they'll kind of like on some backgrounds they'll be visible, but on others they won't as much. So I also shouldn't. I'm getting like a little bit fine with my detailing on this, and I probably shouldn't get too detailed because like fine lines in the background look weird and like yeah. Uh, esolangs.org/wiki/cheese. What on earth is this? Cheese++ is a programming language based almost entirely on the operational working principles of cheese. This is what we're about to see from this is Cheeseman Panda's link reposted. um, yeah. um, so to answer your question, Killer Q, um, did I miss other questions? Hold on, let me check real quick. Uh, all right. Like I've said a few times, if I do miss your questions, please feel free to ask gratuitously many times, and eventually I will see your question. Oops. Oh shoot, wait, no. Again, I'm not using layers, so I can't use the eraser tool. But yeah, so this is roughly what the fruit cart will look like. And then oh yeah, so then the tent. So in some cases the tent actually could be like this bright white color. It's not gonna be like that all the time, but it could be like that some of the time. Oh wait, actually no. This is about as low as I want the overhang to go. So this will actually be the overhang. This will be like the draping, including the part where it like laps down in the front. So I guess like it'll be pretty shallow. Like there'll be a slight slope to it, but it'll be like fairly shallow in terms of how this is draped. So it's like the shape of it is supposed to come. It goes like straight across, and then like as it goes forward, it comes down a little bit, but not that much because it's supposed to like hypothetically come out over to cover the fruit, but I don't want it to come down very low. So I mean, I guess it doesn't really have to have that like drapey part on the sides. So yeah, maybe on the sides it actually doesn't do that. Maybe on the sides it just like doesn't. Uh, so like I don't know. Kind of like this, and then that might be too bright. Like, yeah, that sheet looks a little bit too. Like, I feel like someone selling, someone setting up a cart and like selling their goods in this situation, like their sheet, their drapery sheety whatever thing, isn't gonna stay like this pristine white color. Oh, this is literally like pure white. So yeah, no, let's temper that a little bit. Let's make it slightly blued for some reason, but not with that much saturation. Just like a very subtle blueness to it. So spill here. That's pretty good. Does it need? How about more blue, less green? Like I don't want it to be like in a green range. Slight blueness, and then maybe slightly dingier or like slightly dimmer. Yeah, that should be good. Uh, so so then the other color that we'll want is the shading tone. So let's tick this down, and then yeah, the shading is pretty subtle, pretty straightforward. Just like comes across like this, uh, and then I guess actually, so if that's the part that like hangs up, then I guess actually the part that drapes forward might be like the darker tone a little bit. Not like the whole thing, but a lot of this would be like more shaded. Does that look? Nah, I think it looks better without that. I'll do. What do I do? Yeah, I'll do somewhere on the edge, I guess. It'll be shaded around the edge, and then and maybe like there'll there'll be like some implied like wavy flappiness to it, a little bit across the bottom edge. Um, yeah, but not too much. That might actually be too much. Just a little bit, like just a little waver to the shape of the whatever, and this is even too much itself. So that seems okay. So it's like the prototype fruit cart. I think, yeah, hold on. Let me just clean up these edges in like slightly fine detail. Because I'm not using layers, so to clean up stuff like this, I need to go in and just be very careful about it. Hey, that's the new follower noise. Sorry, I'll get to chat in just 1 second. Um, uh, it looks BR. Sorry for mispronouncing your name, but welcome to the channel. Thank you for following. What was the question? What do I think about washing dishes? I had a revelation at one point in my life. I used to be the guy who doesn't wash dishes, who just like lets them pile up in the sink. But then, but then one day I had an epiphany where I realized that there is a correct time to wash your dish. There is an optimal like yeah. So the reason I would like put it, the reason I would procrastinate about it is because I didn't enjoy washing dishes. But eventually it occurred to me like if I were to min max the situation, if I were to find like what is the for someone who doesn't like dishes, how can I literally reduce the amount of dishwashing that I do in my life? What occurred to me is that there's a correct time to wash your dish, and it's immediately. Because if you don't wash your dish immediately, it's only going to get like crustier and like stickier and like harder to scrub off in the future. So if you don't like washing dishes, the best thing you can do is wash dishes immediately. And so now I am an immediate dishwasher. I always wash my dishes. Well, not always, but I like almost always wash my dishes right when I'm done. Uh, so I I'm a changed man as a result of that realization. I like I don't know, these wrinkles aren't like bad, but like they're a little thick so far. So I think I want to. Is that better? Nah, I don't know if I really like them. I might just get rid of them altogether. I don't know if they really add anything. Uh, yeah, I don't think they really add anything. Whoops. Changed my mind. Whoops. Thanks, Will. Uh, I'll just do... Yeah, no, whatever. It's fine how it is. Alright, so... I think, I'm not just, like, gonna copy and paste this, the same cart, like, all over the place. But I'm gonna copy and paste it one more time. And then use it in one other position. So what should I... Yeah, I can just get rid of... I'm not literally going to copy and paste. I mean, I'm literally going to copy and paste it, but not just for the sake of having copy and pasted it. I'm going to just use it as just to like to get it. I don't know. I'm gonna make another cart in another location, and it's gonna be similar. It's gonna be like structurally similar, and so I'm gonna start with the same foundation. Of course, you know the cart isn't gonna be empty. It's gonna have different things on it. Probably even gonna change the color of the drapey thing, whatever that the roof, the cloth roof, whatever that's called. And yeah, other fun stuff like that. Doop-a-doop. So, whoops. So yeah, let's that looks okay from a distance with the adventures. Yeah, this seems fine. All right, so I'm gonna put another one over here. Oops, over here, and I'll put it like I'll put it like here. And yeah, it won't be identical. For example, like I said, I want to change the basically I'm basically just gonna trace over my own work. um, so like here, yeah, here we had like a lightly colored brim. I guess another. So what other colors do I want to use for these things? Uh, Dishwashers. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that one. That changes the formula a little bit, huh? Uh, uh, Twitch. You think Twitch partnership is a bit incorrect because there's a lot of people only having 100. Cheeseman Panda. We talked about this yesterday. Do you need me to explain again what we talked about yesterday? um, For one thing, I honestly don't care about partnership. Like partnership does nothing. It doesn't help. It doesn't. It doesn't add. Oh no, wait. We did talk about this yesterday because it does add one thing. It adds. It adds the ability to make emotes, which I think would be fun. I would have a lot of fun making emotes. As you might have noticed, I make stupid little art things, and I have a good time doing it. So I would definitely make emotes, and I should stop drawing that same line again and again and again. I would definitely make emotes. I Other than that, I really don't care about partnership. And the other thing is like we literally here we're gonna literally look at it again. No, we're not gonna literally look at it again because we looked at it literally yesterday. No, you know what? If you want to literally look at it again, go into our broadcast archives and look at yesterday's stream because we literally looked at it yesterday and it literally said 500. There's no argument to be had. There's no debate as to like what it could be. It's literally 500. And we already even talked about why sometimes people with partnership have only 100 viewers. We talked about that too. So like get it together, man. Or woman. I actually don't know. Oh, she's man panda, so probably man. Um, all right, what would be another? What would be a good color for this? I mean, I guess we can try different things. So let's bump up the saturation, spill this color as such. Whoops, not like that. Just like that, I guess. And then yeah, let's look at what colors we would like for this. Um, so Blello. Blello is a good color. Uh, but like, yeah, what like range of color like stands out as good? So like, oh yeah, I did say I wanted like reddishness in this environment, so maybe I could do an orangey color. Like not something like, hey, look, we're the same color as the roof sort of thing, but like, hey, look, we're in the same sort of family of colors sort of thing. Uh, oh yeah, orangey actually goes too much. Orangey kind of sits between the house and the huh. So like magenta or like purplish. Yeah, I mean I guess we could do a purplish one. Sure, why not? Like a lilac. Uh uh I don't know. They're weirder stuff. And I can always come back and change that if I decide later that I don't like it. All right, so we have this as a color for our roofy, clothy, sheety things. Uh, don't honk at me. All right, so do 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 do. Uh, uh, derp a derp. All right, so yeah, so I'm basically redrawing it. It's gonna be a similar sort of stand. Actually, you know what? I don't actually like the idea of having it. It's still too similar for me. So you know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to uh, cut this, put it on a new layer, deselect, image or layers, flip horizontal. I'm going to have it facing the other direction. Oh, which means it'll change the shading of it. But like like the reason I use the same one multiple times is because I just wanted to keep the relative like structure of it the same. So yeah, I did recognize that I was going to adjust pieces of it. So I think this is better because now I can. It also, I mean, like in order to like convey like what's the like how the 3D-ness of this is, um, which is probably the worst way I could have described what I'm trying to describe. But don't mind, don't mind my rambling. Um, yeah, it kind of helps to have like a similar shape, but viewed from like a another perspective that that kind of reinforces like what the 3D here is supposed to represent, like what the shading is supposed to represent in terms of like what this could be as a 3D shape. Yeah, that's all. How much? I guess I could have like a little bit. I was thinking, yeah, I was thinking of having like a little bit of that over. Oh shoot, I brought this too low. I actually wanted it to be. I think by just like redrawing it and redrawing it and redrawing it accidentally, like it just like scooched slowly downwards. So actually, I don't even want it to be that low. It just like kept scooching downwards until there was no more. And that only looks slightly weird because there's a window directly behind it, but these will parallax separately. So, oh yeah, right. Oh, and the pillars, yeah, the pillars I have to redraw those because, like I said, I'm basically just tracing over the thing that I already drew. I'm not actually like I'm basically redrawing like all of this this stand because I mean like the reason I hand draw like these entire environments like in full instead of just copy and pasting the same houses again and again and again is that these this art represents what's on screen at any given time. So while the backgrounds do loop, like if you watch the backgrounds, like as soon as you see a house leave one side of the screen, it'll come back in on the other side of the screen. It never internally repeats. So it's never like while you're like you can never look on the screen and see the same shape twice. Like you can never look on the screen. That might not be 100% true. I might have to fact check myself on that one. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, this whole pole should be in the shade, right? Because like it has the umbrella thing over it. So, and actually, I guess like, I mean, not that I mean this is like this line that I'm about to draw doesn't actually matter because this whole surface is going to be covered by other things. But like hypothetically, this whole thing would be in the shade too, right? Because that's like the whole point of having the like the umbrella thing there. So, yeah, yeah, why not? So I'm gonna do that over here too. I mean, it's just a small detail, but kind of makes sense. Oh, oops, I'm on the. Oh, I'm still drawing on that other layer. I never squished the layers back together. Oh, and I still have that selection thing. All right, so wait, I can squish these layers back together. And now this is all. Yep, this is all on one layer. All right, and so then back over here. Oh, you know what I should do? Because I have these clearly angled, I should cut the. I should like position them as such. So like right, because everything else about them is at an angle. I have to make them sit on the ground at an angle. So like, oh, whoops. Speaking of drawing on the wrong layer. All right, so here we go. Yeah, it needs to come kind of across. So like this needs to come across and down. This needs to come across and down. Down on this side. Oh, I never actually finished trimming it on the other side. So yeah. So this comes across and down. This comes across and down. I can't have it come any further down than that because otherwise it'll be bumping into the adventurers as they like try and walk past it. So actually that might even be too that is actually too far down slightly. But yeah. Yeah, so it's actually like it's at a yeah, the cart is at like at a slight angle towards the like that one direction, and then yeah, the rest of it kind of works out. Actually, oh yeah, but I'm not even done drawing this. This is not even my final form. Oh, sorry, I kind of zoned out of chat for a minute. Let me catch up on that real quick. Doop doop. I am going to catch up on chat. I want to. I don't like leaving lines unresolved. Oh, and I have to do the other side too, so I can't forget to do that. But yeah. Doop doop. Shoot, what was the last thing I read? Uh, burgers. Am I Japanese? I'm guessing that was not a question for me. That was a question for Cheeseman Panda. Chicken and steak. No chicken burgers? Is chicken burgers a real thing? Uh, I don't know. Turkey burgers are a real thing. Oh, chicken. Maybe chicken's too dry to make burgers out of. I don't know. Science. I bet science could do it if it tried. If they put their heart to it. Chicken burgers. Uh, all right, cool. Yeah, I didn't see my name popping up in red or anything, so I wasn't. I don't know. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't skipping important questions. Important questions or unimportant questions. I occasionally answer unimportant questions too. Uh, all right, so yeah, let's angle the other little boothy thing too, because the other one is angled in the other direction. The other one, whoops, I can't use the eraser tool. I keep forgetting I can't use the eraser tool. The other one goes like up in this direction, kind of. It's not going to be dramatic. It's just going to be slightly angly as such. And so this part will actually get erased down. And yeah, that's probably fine. Oh, this part will get erased up. This part can get drawn all in dark as we addressed this whole top area. I mean, this whole top area will be covered in fruit, so we don't actually have to. I don't even really have to color that in. I don't know if there are gaps between the fruit though. Then technically the surface underneath the fruit would be that color, or would be that shading. And then oh yeah, actually, so I'll bring it back up slightly, just because we lost a lot of height to it. And then yeah, so it comes down and it comes across. And it's not that dark though. And then yeah, all right. So now we have two different little cart areas that we can have fruit vendors set up. Oh, this one looks too angled. I mean, again, it's not gonna. Oh, I know what it is. It's like I was trying to draw this line as like the shadow that would get cast, but it was coming across as like the actual like edge of the table itself. So I'll whatever. That's fine. Oh, and actually, technically, this whole side would actually be kind of in shade, just because of the way it's angled away from the source of light. So maybe I don't know. I don't know what to do with this. Kind of want to. Kind of feel like that might be. I don't know. It's not angled so far away. Like maybe it's like still within like a threshold that it wouldn't be like that. I don't know. This is probably fun. And so yeah. So then the other thing, right? So I think what am I doing with the angly thing? Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not going to put the angly thing right next to this building. Like, I'm not going to make it angled right towards that building, because I think, like, the angly thing will kind of indicate, like, you know, because, like, I want it to, like, I don't want it to, like, so the layers, because the layers in this game are literally flat, they sometimes read as a little bit flat. So, to the extent that I can avoid that, I want to, yeah, part of the reason I put these things at, like, slight angles is so that way they can kind of imply oh my gosh, what is happening right now? Cheese Man Panda. Thank you, Cheese Man Panda. Cheese Man Panda donates $2 and says, cheese, 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 man, man, man. Man, 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 panda, 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 panda. I'll remind you of KSP and Pizza Day. Thank you, Cheeseman Panda, for your generosity. And I honestly don't know what else to say about that. But thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. um, uh, excuse me, sorry. I'm a little disoriented. But what I was talking about with the with like the flatness and the angliness. Like I kind of want to imply that like maybe there's a bend here, and like maybe I will like be more, I don't know. I mean, that's not always gonna work because like the way parallax and like the whole slide system works, like it looks weird. Like you can't really like you can never really like plan anything between the multiple layers. Okay, Cat streaming, how's it going? Welcome. Yeah, you're on the right track. Um, yeah, so to play side quests, you might notice you have a character in the game by now. The way you play it, Trusty Bard is the storyteller of side quests. So if you keep an ear out for what Trusty Bard says in chat, then hopefully hopefully you'll. I think well, okay, so I'm not going to give a detailed explanation of how to play because I actually put a lot of effort into making it fairly straightforward and hopefully the sort of thing that you can pick up without too much explanation. So let me know though if you are stymied or if you just have questions about the game because I am happy to answer those as well. I won't spoil the fun of it. The other thing is like it's so yeah so like the game it you'll see people playing it too. So that'll be a pretty big hint as to like what as to like how the game plays. Oh, there's water in the city. There's water running through the city for no particular reason. The city floods. No. Okay. Whoops. This layer is actually the layer that like people will walk on, I think. So like, hold on, actually. File open. I've actually haven't really looked at that yet. I've just kind of like gone with it in terms of uh, in terms of what the yeah. I'm just like I have this idea that like maybe there will be people walking in the background, but I've never actually really tested to see what that'll look like. So I'm just gonna open this, select all, or not select all, or yeah, I guess that's fine. Magic wand, deselect the orange. Yeah, I guess. All right, copy. Actually, adjustment, image, flip horizontal. Oh, it deselected. You jerk. Uh, Deselect the orange. Uh, Copy this. Uh, yeah. So if there, when there are people in this, oops, I keep I keep unselecting the wrong layer or hiding the wrong layer. When there are people here, they'll just kind of be like hanging out in the background, and they'll be on this layer. Like this is like where in the world they'll be positioned roughly. So we have the adventurers like moving in the one direction, and then in the background we have this other set of characters who are just kind of like so yeah. So like in the game, like of course the adventurers themselves will be moving, but like the people on this other layer will be moving like through the environment kind of as such. So they'll be moving like be walking like oh yeah, that's the other thing is they need to be smaller. They need to be a little bit smaller. So let's resize this to be like 80% as big as usual. So let's deselect the orange again. Copy. Oh yeah, so get rid of those guys. Paste this. Yeah, because like in terms of the scale, they're like they're they're not up front. They're like a little further back. So deselect that, and then yeah. So like when like if I put this together, so it'll basically be like, hey, look, there are people walking in the background a little bit, kind of. Like I don't have the tech working for this yet, so I'll have to set that up later. Like I haven't really started thinking about this super much, but uh, I think this will be roughly like how it looks. Oh, and that's actually not even zoomed in all the way. So like, right. So looking at it a little bit closer, it'll be like, do do do. So yeah, I just wanted to see. And there won't be so many people. There will be relatively few people walking through, but the the yeah. So you'll just occasionally, and they'll actually be walking a little bit faster than this too, but that's roughly what I'm hoping to do at some point. And I think that looks okay. They're just like, just kind of chilling. They're really big relative to the doors. So I might need to go back and make some of those doors a little bit bigger because I think some of those doors are a little too small. But I don't know. I think that'll work. I think that'll look okay. And there'll also be people on this front layer, not walking around, but there'll be people on the front layer. Actually, I'll just leave those guys there. Just kind of hide them. Um, there'll be people. Um, so yeah. So let's put in the. Let's actually let's finish putting in these carts. Let's put in more carts. Let's put things on the carts. I think I might wait a little bit before I populate the carts because I don't know. Like, there's gonna be like fruit vendors. There's gonna be like people with like selling just general stuff. You need stuff. You come to this place. They got stuff. They hook you up with stuff. All the stuff. You'll leave with more stuff than you ever stuffed your stuff with. I don't know. Um, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's one of the things I was saying is that like they don't all have to be like flat carts with like overhangs like that. Like there can be like tiered carts where like, or like not carts, but like there can be tiered stands where like, maybe there's someone standing next to the thing and like they have like a bunch of like shelves like lined up with like a bunch of different stuff on it. That's valid. That could happen. Uh, so yeah, so yeah. The thing is, one of the funny things I was talking about yesterday is that I don't want to show anyone standing uh, out next to one of these carts. I like people can be sitting next to these carts, but for standing, they have to be behind the cart. So for example, the way I'm picturing like people to be here, I'm picturing like there can be like someone standing back here. Like this is kind of like what I had drawn in before. Like there can be someone standing back here, like tending this, and then there can be like someone here sitting next to this case of like whatever else we have going on. But like yeah, for physiological reasons, I'm thinking we don't actually ever want people standing still, uh, and you see their legs because well, I can't draw the legs over the stool because it's on a layer in the background, but yeah, it just oh, he's facing away from the camera for some reason. um, yeah, actually it amuses me, so I'll just draw it again. I think like if the characters stood upright, like if you look at how bent their legs are relative to how they're standing, like I think like if the character actually stood upright, like if this character actually stood upright, he'd probably be about like this tall, right? Because his legs are like really long. His legs are like startlingly long, but like they're always like so bent when running. So yeah. All right. So we'll probably put vendors in roughly like that, and then I think I can actually if I squeeze this car over a little bit, I can probably fit one more before the wall. Oh wait, I'm probably on the wrong layer. Layer near ground. Let's slide this over a little bit. Actually, I'm gonna hide the other layers for a minute, just so it's a little clearer what I'm doing here. Deselect, and then oh yeah, I can hide the adventure layer too. Oops, nope, not that. Um, doop doop. So yeah, actually, I should. I'm fairly satisfied with how the carts are looking. So now in terms of like cart placement, I just want to think about like where are these going to be. So I don't know if I'm going to put anything else here, but I do want to put at least. So yeah, so I'm thinking like there'll probably be one more here. I'm going to use a slightly bigger brush just to spec these in. There'll probably be one more here. Probably like one of the hooded ones, like but flush like towards the scene, and then there'll be something here, right? So probably like I mean, I could put another one of those like tiered another thing like that. I could put that there, and then put just another hooded cart next to it. I guess I don't know. That seems fine. And then there will be there like between this building, like the in the wrap, like what goes off the screen, there will be like a blank space. So like it won't just be like completely covered with stuff, but yeah. So this will probably be another probably viewed head on sort of tiered cart and or like hooded cart, hooded stand. Oh, that was the other thing. I was they don't have to be like stands. Like some of them actually could be like a legit cart. So like yeah, maybe I'll put that here. Maybe this one will be. Oh, how do those look? Yeah, so like it'll be like one of those like it'll be bigger, and it will have like one of those like hoodie things that like drape down, but then it'll also have like a big wheel because it's also like a wagony type thing. And so yeah, it'll probably be pushed a little further this way too. Oops, what am I doing? Oh, deselect. Uh, deselect. That it'll be pushed a little bit in this way. Oops, in this way, because it'll also have the things. Oh no, not that far, not that far. Yikes. Deselect. It'll also have the things that come out the front. You can't tell. Oh wait, is there something wrong with the audio? You can't tell if microphone is messing up or if your headphones. I hope it's your headphones. Can other people hear what I'm talking about? Am I silent right now? I honestly wouldn't know if if people don't tell me because I don't I'm not in Facecam, am I? Yesterday I stayed in Facecam for like I don't know, like an hour or something because no one told me that I was still in Facecam. I do rely on your feedback to let me know if there's technical difficulties because how else am I gonna figure it out? It's not like my voice actually stopped in real life, so. um, all right, so actually I don't know what the front of these. Let me look this up. What am I even trying to draw here? It's like uh, like wagon stand. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, that's it. That is exactly it. Yeah. Well, I mean, not exactly, but like this is roughly what I was envisioning, like an old timey version of this. Okay, so maybe I'll put like a stand coming off the front or something. Uh, but like yeah, that's pretty much what I was picturing. Or like I don't know, even something like this maybe. A little built up, a little more built up than that. So like more, like something that looks like it might be for traveling and like so like kind of like a hybrid of this one and this one, like something that looks like you could board it up and it might be like a wagon thing, but also you know, big wheels, like old timey sort of thing, like this sort of thing. Uh, yeah, pretty much like that. Cool. Okay. Uh, uh, um, so I'll try. Oh, yeah. Sorry. So sometimes I don't know why this is. When I'm working on art, I talk softer. I don't know why I do that, but I noticed that I do that. So I'll try and remember to speak in a clear speaking voice because I'm guessing that's probably part of it too. Like for some reason when we're talking on art, I'm like, oh okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and it's like I honestly like don't. I'm not thinking to myself like, oh, I should speak softer. It's just like I think I get I kind of get into like a zone place where I'm like, oh yeah, I'm like really into it. Like I'm not even like anything that I happen to say is like just stream of thought like or like stream of consciousness sort of thing. So um yeah, sorry. I'll try and be good about that and hopefully that'll help. All right, so this is let's let's render this a little bit better because this is probably going to be the most interesting thing that I draw on this layer from here on out. So, although I do still have to do the character art. That'll be interesting too. Oh wait, no, I shouldn't fill that in. I should uh, I should actually erase the wheels because how am I gonna draw those in? I mean, that's how I draw the wheels in is probably gonna be tricky. Uh, oh, also yeah, let's bring back the reference for the character size because we don't want it to look we don't want to make it too tall, right? So like yeah, I don't want to make the wagon wheels too tall because like if the if like the shelf or whatever, like the shelf like for the goods or whatever is like above the adventurers' heads, then that like doesn't really make sense because why would anyone put stuff up there? So like the shelf of stuff should be like at like this height, right? Because if it was any higher, it would look weird. All right, so the wheels, I guess we'll have to not be taller than that either. So the wheels will probably be about this big. I'm just hollowing them out for starters because I feel like they should be like at least somewhat hollow. But I don't know if that was necessarily a good idea. I should probably just use a different layer for the wheels because like this is one of those things that there's going to be enough detail on both the wheel and the shoot, I'm talking softly again, aren't I? Yeah, I think there's going to be enough detail on both the wheels and the wagon that's going to just be easier to draw those separately. uh, so maybe I should just like crank up the volume of my stream while I'm working on art. But then I'm gonna like no I can't do that because then like the audio chirps for the game like those would come through at a different volume. So all right, I'll get by. All right, so yeah, I was saying I did want maybe I'll do like a red sill on this on this cart. For some reason, I think the cart would look good with like a red, maybe not like not that bright, but like the little cover that I want to have come down over it. I feel like red. Again, not this bright, but like I feel like a red color could be the right color for this sort of thing. So let's spill this color. Whoops, not that color. Well, actually, no, that's fine. Let's spill a color here so we can investigate and try and find a red color that would look nice. I don't want it to be that dull. I don't want it to be as vibrant as it was before, but I don't want it to be that dull either. So maybe something in this range is getting closer. I also don't want it to be exactly like the roofs, so maybe if I push it a little bit in this direction. I just want it to be like, whereas the roofs are like a little bit of a muddy color, a muddy red color. I want this to be more of like a fire engine sort of red color. But I guess like I don't know. Yeah, the further I push it, and yeah, I think this is an okay compromise. Like it's close to like bright red. It's not too close to the roofs. It's a little bit different, and it'll also, yeah. I mean, I can push it around a little bit more in terms of like the exact shade and tone. I mean, I could also. Oh, you know, you know what else I could do is I could also make it like striped or something. Like I kind of want it to look like this could be like a, you know, from like a traveling caravan sort of. I don't know what exactly, but like kind of I don't know something neat like that. Um, so yeah, I don't know how to resolve the top of this either. I guess it'll just be like kind of like flat on the top. Uh, this is pretty tall. This is like a two-story. It's like almost like a two-story cart or whatever. But all right, so the interior. Oh yeah, what's the interior gonna be? I guess the interior is probably just gonna be like dark, like ambiguously dark. Like you can't really tell what's going on in the interior. So from 70 to 58, I'll go down to like 46, I guess. And so they'll be like, yeah, they'll be like the dark of the interior. But then they'll also be, I mean, you won't be seeing most of the stuff anyways because they'll be the all the goods and wares and stuff will be piled up in front of this. So yeah. All right. Also, it doesn't come quite out. It doesn't come out quite as far. Oh yeah. Also, we haven't shaded the red yet either. So go like, oh yeah, this one gets shaded as such. I should use a smaller brush for this.